Fire love under pressure. Hollywood. Sam breaks silence. I won't let Dakota's mom ruin our happiness. Los Angeles. The sun beats down on the glass walls of the Chateau Marmont, the legendary hotel where celebrities retreat when they want to be far from the media, but still close enough to be noticed if they need to be. In room 702, Dakota Johnson sits by the window, an espresso in hand, staring out at Sunset Boulevard. Her face is calm, but her heart is storming. Inside, Sam Heughan, her secret lover of nearly 10 months, is packing his bags. They've just returned from a very discreet vacation in Paris. Since they met at a 2024 Venice Film Festival after-party, everything has changed. Sam, a rugged-looking Scot with a deep inner life, is the complete opposite of what Dakota knows about Hollywood men. No show, no tricks, and most importantly, very little talk about relationships. Dakota is different. She is the daughter of Melanie Griffith, a one-time actress, and Don Johnson, a famous actor. She has lived her life wearing masks. And when Sam enters her life, without a mask at all, she is drawn to him like an irresistible whirlwind. But not everyone welcomes his love. Melanie Griffith, mother of The Rebellion, who is he? Melanie asks over dinner at her Malibu home. Dakota doesn't look up from her salad. Sam, a guy from Scotland. No family, no influence. No connections to Hollywood. Are you sure this is the guy you want to be with? Dakota is silent. The question is not new, but her mother's eyes, as sharp as when she was in Working Girl, send a chill down her spine. You're 34, Dakota. Don't let your emotions rule everything. Happiness isn't simple. Dakota put down her fork and looked up. I know. But Sam isn't simple, and that's why I love you. The Silent War. Over the next 3 months, Melanie quietly launched a campaign of soft deterrence. Arranging Dakota to film in locations far from Europe, against her daughter's wishes. Inviting Sam to a family party and then ignoring him for the rest of the evening. Regularly reposting photos of Dakota with Chris Martin, her ex, which the press kept digging for. Sam, who doesn't like confrontation, kept quiet. He respected Melanie, but he also sensed clearly she didn't want him in Dakota's world. She didn't say it out loud. Sam shared with his best friend, Graham McTavish, over the phone. But the look in her eyes, like I was a blemish on the perfect picture, the leaked photo. Things started to spiral out of control when a photo leaked online, taken at a resort in France, where Sam and Dakota were holding hands, gazing into each other's eyes, unaware of a hidden camera hidden in the bushes. The internet went wild. Are they really dating? Sam broke all barriers to be with Dakota. Melanie wouldn't like this, but what was more serious was, the photo had been leaked from Melanie's assistant's private account. Sam knew, Dakota knew, but she refused to believe her mother could be behind it. It can't be my mother, Dakota said, her eyes welling up. Sam didn't reply, but his hand tightened. The shocking declaration. On September 4, 2025, Sam Heughan posted a simple photo on Instagram, a sunset in his hometown of Skye. In a longer than usual caption, he wrote, "I've always avoided talking about my personal life. But this time, I have to say it. I love Dakota Johnson. We don't need anyone to confirm that, but I'm not going to let anyone, not even her mother, deny us this happiness. I'm not perfect. I'm not from Hollywood, but I mean it. And if love is a fight, I choose to stand by her until the end. Don't mistake my silence for agreement. I'm not silent anymore. With all due respect, Melanie, I'm not your boss." Less than an hour later, the post had more than 3 million likes. The media exploded. People Sam Heughan declares his love for Dakota for the first time, and challenges Melanie Griffith. TMZ, future mother-in-law or mother-in-law in the way. Entertainment Weekly, love, fame and rebellion, Sam Heughan becomes Hollywood's new hottie. 3 hours after Sam posted the bombshell, Melanie Griffith spoke up. Not via Instagram, not via PR, but live on the air, on her close friend Karen Fielding's morning radio show. I have no problem with Sam. I just want what's best for my daughter. And I don't think the man who's best for Dakota needs to be fighting with her mother online. Public opinion was divided. One side criticized Sam for being too dramatic and disrespectful. Another side said Melanie was too involved in her daughter's personal life, but one person didn't speak up. Dakota. Scary silence. Sam called Dakota. She didn't pick up. He texted, "I'm sorry if I hurt you. But I can't take it anymore." Number response. 2 days passed. Then 3. Then 7. The media hunted them both. Paparazzi took pictures of Dakota alone, wearing sunglasses, her face tense. Fans began to panic. Has Sam crossed the line? Is Dakota stuck between her mother and her lover? Sam retreated to Scotland. He couldn't stand the suffocating air of LA. In his small cabin on the Isle of Skye, he sat looking at the ocean every day, waiting for a message. Just one unsent letter. Dakota wrote. She sat on the balcony of her house in Topanga Canyon, laptop on her lap. She wrote a long email, to her mother. "Dear Mom, I have always respected you. But you need to know that love is not something that can be measured by influence or popularity. Sam is not like the people I have known. And that is what makes me feel at peace. I don't need a man who pleases the media. I need someone who loves me for who I am, not as a Melanie Griffith girl. You may not approve of him. But please, don't make me choose between you and my happiness." Dakota paused. Her finger hovered over the send button. But then, she hung up, face to face. Finally, after nearly 2 weeks of silence, Dakota flew to Scotland. Unannounced, Sam was walking from her house to the beach when he saw her standing there, in the early morning fog, suitcase in hand, hair disheveled, tired but eyes shining. He stood still. She walked over. "I thought you chose Mom." "No," she said, her voice hoarse. "I chose myself. And I am the woman who loves you." They didn't need to say more. They hugged. For a long time, the wind blew across the deserted fields, carrying away all the accusations, all the scrutiny. Agree, disagree. A week later, Dakota appeared on Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show. Everyone waited to see what she would say. Dakota chuckled. "I know there's been a lot of talk lately. But I'll say this, I love my mom. And I love Sam. They don't have to love each other. They just have to respect my choice." Jimmy asked, "And they do?" Dakota paused for a moment, then said, "No. But I think they will." The most attackable encounter. A month later, at the birthday party of Dakota's father, Don Johnson, Sam and Melanie finally sat at the same table. No one spoke for the first 30 minutes, but then Melanie stood up, raised her glass of champagne, and said in a low voice, "I was the woman Dakota is becoming. Rebellious, proud, not wanting to be controlled. And perhaps, I forgot that she had to fall to get back up." Her eyes turned to Sam. "I don't trust you completely. But if she loves you, then I will learn to trust. Very, very slowly." Sam nodded. "I don't need you to believe. I just need you not to break it." New beginning. In December, Vanity Fair published an exclusive photo shoot, Sam and Dakota together, holding hands in Iceland, against a snowy backdrop. In the accompanying interview, Dakota said, "I never thought I would fall in love with someone who wasn't part of my world. But maybe that's why I can be myself when I'm with him." Sam was more straightforward. "This isn't a fairy tale. There's pain, there's anger, there are tears, but it's real. And I choose to be real." A text from Mom. Christmas Eve. Dakota received a text from her mother. "Daughter, if you're happy, I'll learn to be happy for you. As for Sam, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should meet his mother and learn from her." Dakota laughed. Sam read it and smiled. "My mom is a baker. She'll teach my mom how to make raisin cookies, my least favorite." Dakota rested her head on his shoulder. "That would be perfect."